Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Stuff HD channel. Why do I keep wanting to say the Stuff HD podcast? Welcome to another episode of Stuff HD. My name is Javier, aka Stuff, and today we are going to talk about a video that I have been wanting to make forever, but it gets so convoluted and complicated that I've been like, no, I don't even want to make the video. But maybe that's why I should make the video, to complain to you guys about USB-C of all things. I have a love-hate relationship with USB-C. And when I say USB-C, yes, I mean the port that's in the back of your phone if you have a newer phone. It's also on my MacBook. It is not on my iPhone for some reason. And to be fair, I haven't really ever had any issues with USB-C ports on phones. Maybe because mostly I just use them for charging. But on my MacBook and just about every computer, it gets so complicated. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today a little bit. But first of all, I want to show you this video. Because I made this video to show a friend of mine how much the USB-C port sucks on my MacBook. Like, if you move the MacBook a little bit, like the connection just stops working. So check out this video and we'll be back. Okay, see, here's everything set up, and if I touch this cable, see, already it got messed up. So now it's not outputting to the monitor anymore. So I have to keep trying different ways to get it on there. And sometimes I get lucky. Is this one of those things? Yeah. So now I should have a signal over here. Okay, so this time I got lucky. But very often, it just kind of sucks. And again, if I move the move the laptop, gone again. So am I gonna get lucky again for it to? Okay, so other times this happens where is it? Yeah, the monitor is not getting a signal, so it's a red light up there. But this still seems to think that I have another thing connected. So again, I have to kind of play with that until, come on, let's see. Okay, am I gonna get lucky? Yeah, there we go. See, that is absolutely annoying. Like, I absolutely love the fact that the USB-C port can do video, can do power, can do so much, but the fact that it's a tiny little port, and it can get damaged, and at this point, like my MacBook, I don't have a good docking station for it. Like, it only has 2 USB ports. That's all that it has, and they don't work right. So if I want to set up my MacBook with a monitor and whatever, yeah, I can do it because technically it works. But it's a pain because I have to be so careful of touching the cable. So that's annoying. Now, let's talk a little bit about USB ports, I guess. So most of you know the normal USB port on a computer. We've had those forever. That port is actually called USB-A. It's been around, again, forever, and it's been very, very handy. Like, nowadays, you still have computers with that port, and it's been a great port. You plug in your cable, and you know that it's just gonna work. It's true. You plug it in the wrong way the first time, then you plug in it, try the other way, and it still doesn't go in, and then you realize that somehow it was in the right way the first time, but for whatever reason it didn't go in. But it works. Once it's plugged in, it works. Usually you don't have to be moving it around or being super careful with it. All of you that had like Android phones, like older Android phones, you probably had the tiny little USB port that is called a micro USB. Again, it's just a different port. That one kind of sucks, just like USB-C, where it is small, and therefore a lot of times it would get messed up, or even on your phone, and you had to put the cable in there just right for your phone to charge. Otherwise, your phone wouldn't charge. And that was just micro USB. It had the capability to do basically the same stuff as a USB, but it was a lot smaller. So now we have USB-C. Now here's the thing about USB-C. USB-C kind of became more popular when the MacBook came with the MacBook Pros 2016 with USB-C ports. A lot of people loved them, a lot of people hated them. But the thing is that people need to understand there's a difference between a port and the technology behind a port. So USB-C is just a port, and the MacBook Pros, they have Thunderbolt technology, Thunderbolt 3. So that technology was put in a USB-C port, and that's part of the problem. The fact that you can have a USB-C port that is Thunderbolt, or you can have a USB-C port that is something else. A long time ago, our first USB technology was USB 1. So USB 1, it was cool. It was able to transfer like 12 megabits per second or something like that. And people loved it. But then came USB 2, USB 2.0. And it was able to transfer data faster. Exact same port, but it was better. It was able to transfer data faster. Eventually, USB 2 was actually used for quite a while, but then USB 3 came out, and obviously it was able to transfer even faster than USB 2. But at this point, people were just used to the USB Type A port. So in order to let people know, like, hey, this computer has the newer, better USB Type A or USB port, a lot of companies decided that they were just gonna make it blue. So you know that if your laptop or computer had a blue USB port, then it was going to be USB 3.0, not USB 2.0, so that one was going to be the better one, the faster one. So that worked out, but then not everybody was doing it that way, because like my Surface, it's got a USB 3.0 port, but it's black. Plenty of other laptops and computers had black ports that were USB 3.0, so that was confusing already. So yeah, that is a technology. So at around the same time that Apple made their Thunderbolt technology and they paired it with a USB-C port, the people that make USB-C, which I believe it's a few companies together, and I believe Intel is one of them, or Intel was part of. Intel has something to do with either Thunderbolt or USB. Anyway, the point is that they came out with USB 3.1. Now, USB 3.1 is able to transfer like 10 gigabits of data per second, which is a lot of data. But Thunderbolt 3 can transfer 40 gigabits per second. So I believe both of them can also transfer like 100 watts of power. So they're both pretty cool, but obviously Thunderbolt 3, it's better. So this is why they are able to, first of all, power many low power laptops. So like a MacBook Pro, you can power it through the USB-C port because it's got 100 watts of power. It really only uses 60, but whatever. But you could do that with USB 3.1. But Thunderbolt can also transfer like 4K video out because it's got all that extra data that it can do. So here comes the problem. like I mentioned, USB-C ports, they're a pain because usually they can either be Thunderbolt 3, or they can be USB 3.1, or they can be USB 3.0, or they can be USB 2.0, or hell, they could be USB 1.0, although I doubt anybody makes it. That would be wrong. So like my laptop over here, Jade, it's got two Thunderbolt, no, sorry, it's got two USB-C ports, which at first I was like, oh cool, it's got two USB-C ports. Well, I didn't know crap, I just thought every USB-C port was the same thing. So, but then I tried attaching things to my USB-C port on the side, and it was like, oh no, this is a USB 3.0 device, so you can only hook up USB 3.0 stuff. I'm like, okay, it's not even 3.1, like 3.0, really? Like, why is it USB-C? Why not just regular USB? So I did notice the USB-C port on the back does have a little Thunderbolt logo, but honestly, to this date, I'm not sure if that Thunderbolt logo means that it can also send power out, or that it is an actual Thunderbolt port. So this is where I'm like, this is all confusing, because the fact that a computer has USB-C doesn't mean anything. Like, it's just a port. It's just a port. The technology behind the port could be anything. So often I see reviews like right now, and I haven't really looked into it, but I saw that the new Surface computers, Surface laptop and the new Surface Pro 7, they have a USB-C port. Okay, and that's what they said. It's got a USB-C port. Okay, but what does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Because obviously it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I'm like, I'm an analyst. I like figuring stuff out, and I can't even keep this shit straight. So how are most people supposed to figure this stuff out? Like, it's annoying. And now the people that handle USB stuff, like the group of companies or whatever that they have a name. I forgot what it's called. They're talking about changing. What was it? I believe they wanted to make USB 3.0 be USB 3.1 type A or type 1, and then make USB 3.1 be USB 3.1 type 2. Which I'm like, why? Why would you want to do that? Why make it more complicated? So that's my story with USB-C. I absolutely love the port. You know, I love the fact that we're at a point in technology where one little port, you know, I can, assuming that my MacBook worked perfectly, I can just plug in that one plug and my monitor will come on. The power from, you know, the laptop will get powered. I can use my little hub over here and everything will work great. But sadly, you saw the video. That port, it kind of sucks. It goes bad, and once it goes bad, like, I can't. You know, there's nothing that I can do. Like, I like ports where I can screw something in, or they have a little clip or something that's gonna make sure that the thing stays where it's gonna stay. It's supposed to be a pro device. So is this, but you know, it's just an iPhone. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thing with USB-C. I really, originally, when I wanted to make this video, I wanted to make a video where I could explain it to you guys, so I could be like, okay, so this is this, this is this, this is that. But in trying to figure all this out, I was like, this is crap, is what it is. This is way too confusing. So yeah, I decided to just let you guys know what I gotta stop doing this. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys have any questions about USB-C, go ahead, let me know in the comments. If you have a laptop with USB-C that works fine, that's another thing, by the way. I have a work laptop, Windows. Just about every Windows laptop that I have tested with USB-C, it works or it doesn't work. Like, very often it just doesn't work. I don't know if it's a Windows thing or if the ports go bad, but very often it just doesn't work at all. So yeah, let me know your experience. Do you love USB-C, or are you kind of like me where you're like, okay, I love the technology, but that port sucks? Like I said, I never had issues on phones, and I don't know if that's because, you know, it's just for charging and maybe those connections make a good connection easily. But yeah, that's me and USB-C. What are your opinions? Let me know. If you have questions, ask away. I'll try my best to find the answers. But yeah, it's annoying. Alright, I'm gonna get going now. Yo, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.